Hey guys, this is question 4 here with
And this is not over.
yep, with my guest, and he just said um and today we watched Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans, which was released on a video game in Japan, Dragonball video game. And so, I wanted to watch it again so I can refresh my memory on it, and I'd be able to do this review. It was released in the U.S., but it was like cut. It was like a short version, like a shorter version, which so it wasn't like in its entirety, which I didn't really like. So I watched the original Japanese version with the subtitles, so I can review the whole entire thing. I don't want to get into too many spoilers of the movie, just in case you guys haven't seen it. But essentially, the plot is basically there's this gas.
Destron gas.
Yeah, the Destron gas. That basically this evil like scientist dude named Dr. Raichi. He was a tuffle. He's a tuffle, and he basically made a bunch of machines to produce this Destron gas to like kill life basically on Earth. And the whole plot of the movie basically is Goku and the Z Fighters trying to stop all these machines and Dr. Raichi from destroying the Earth with this machine. And Dr. Raichi created this one like powerful being named Patriarch, and he was made by like all like the anger like towards the Saiyans from like everything that bad that they have done basically. That's basically the story of it. But to get a little bit more in depth with it, Dr. Raichi, he's pissed off because he is a Tuffle, and if you guys know, Planet Vegeta was originally the Tuffle's planet called Planet Plant. So, he's pissed off that the Saiyans like exterminated all the Tuffles. And
Yeah, when you guys had seen GT, then you know what we're talking about.
yeah, exactly. And basically, they kind of betrayed the Tuffles because the Tuffles was helping the Saiyans, but then the Saiyans kind of just took over and killed all the Tuffles. So that's basically the plot of the whole movie. It was really interesting because just the way it goes, it's kind of like has a few surprises that you wouldn't like expect, right?
Yeah.
What was your opinion of it?
I mean, I really liked it. I mean, it was something new. I never knew that it existed. So I went in to watch it. Just like every other thing that has to do with DBZ, it keeps you entertained.
Exactly. Of course, there's always that action, but of course, since this movie was a little like kind of like shorter, I guess you can say, it wasn't like so much action. I mean, like,
Yeah, like so many things in the movie seem too easy.
yeah, yeah. But it was also like a special made just for the video game kind of a special kind of thing. But there was like quite a few like little minions that he had that like were before Goku actually got to like the actual villain. There was a lot of like side people,
Yeah.
like little dudes, like little monster dudes. There were, yeah, of course, Goku and everyone else beat them in like a second, like that. So the main like people in this story is Goku, of course, Gohan. There's Piccolo, Vegeta, and Trunks. And this takes place. I know how most of the Dragon Ball movies doesn't really have a precise timeline.
Yeah.
It's
It was having like out of order.
yeah, exactly. It's just kind of random. Well, this one is supposedly.
Well, from what I think it's before.
I think it's also before.
Because Goku's still alive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's right before. It's before because they mentioned like they defeated Broly in there and all that stuff. So, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys too much. But there is definitely like a part in the movie where you get kind of like surprised, you feel like a little bit confused because you'll see old faces, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
From like previous episodes and whatnot. The whole thing, what I just said, that's basically the main plot of the movie. It was good. I mean, of course, I also thought like some parts were rushed, especially like some of the defeats. Like,
Yeah. I think some of the boss fights, they went through it too fast.
Yeah, like, which one? Like, Dr. Raichi or.
Him, yeah.
Yeah, and Hachiak was pretty like fast too. So let's just get into spoilers right now. So I'll put a link down below if you want to watch the movie because you can watch it on YouTube. So what ends up happening, the whole thing just ends up just being about Dr. Raichi, how he just wants revenge on the Saiyans because of how they backstab them and everything. Especially he especially hates like Vegeta because he's the son of King Vegeta, who was like
And
the
one thing
main
I
guy.
noticed a lot, they both have their own backstories of reason, their own reason of what happened. That Vegeta says that they enslaved Saiyans, and then the other guy says that the Saiyans, pretty much destroy them.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, Vegeta does state that the Tuffles like treated them like slaves, the Saiyans. But then in GT when Baby explains what happens, he says that the Tuffles were peaceful people and just like the Saiyans just kind of just wanted to attack to just be better than them. But if you, I don't know if you guys know, most of you guys should know if you're like big DBZ fans, but you know the Saiyans originally came from some different planet, but that planet was like just unlivable. Like they couldn't live in that planet, so they traveled. The few Saiyans that were there traveled to planet Plant and asked for the Tuffles for help, and then the Tuffles, helped them, live, and they kind of like were living there together, and they had their technology and but since that place was livable, all the Saiyans just kept reproducing, and they got bigger and bigger until they just kind of like overpowered and just got like fought with
So
Tuffles.
technically, it's pretty much like Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But Vegeta, King Vegeta, he was the one who like basically told the Saiyans to like, oh, let's defeat them and make this planet our own. So that's why he's pissed off at them. And it turns out that Dr. Raichi, and in the movie, you see Frieza,
Cooler,
Turles, Cooler,
Lord Slug.
yeah, Lord Slug. So they like look like they come back and just kind of like, what the hell? But of course, it ends up being like it's just a fake image. Basically, they're ghost warriors, basically,
Yeah.
that Hachiyak kind of produced. So it's part of like I guess all the hate that it accumulated and just kind of
Towards the Saiyans.
yeah, which kind of produced these images in a way. And that's what Dr. Raichi is, because he was actually killed by the Saiyans. But in the process, before he got killed, he was developing him already. But he got killed before he finished him. But he just kind of kept building that hatred until he kind of just went on its own. So that's what ended up happening there. So, the whole story is what we were saying, and Gastron Gas that's just killing all the life on Earth. They find out that Dr. Raichi is actually behind it, so they had to go to the Dark Planet and defeat him because he was a source.
Yeah.
And that's when all that goes down, and then the Hachiyak comes out, and then he seems like he's really powerful at first, like he's beating them down big time.
Yeah.
So they kind of got almost.
It was like
out.
overkill almost.
Yeah, but then luckily Piccolo had the senzu beans, and told Gohan to give it to the other guys. And then they got back up and just kind of defeated them all with like a multi-attack, like all like Gohan, Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku kind of do their own power and like defeat them all, like with all their power combined. So that's what happened there. The Saiyans just end up being more powerful than them, and they kind of just destroyed them because when they looked at the moon, they turned to the great apes and just killed them all. Basically, they didn't even know at the time that they had that power.
Yeah.
To kill them all from that. So, of course, the Tuffle's gonna be pissed off. That is kind of fucked up to do, honestly. What they did, just kind of, turn their backs on them when they were the ones helping them in the first place.
I mean, the way I see it is like that old thing goes, to beat the man, you gotta beat the man.
Yeah.
The survival of the fittest.
So, it was cool though. It like had an interesting story. But you kind of see something similar in GT when Baby comes. Well, Dr. Mew mainly. Dr. Mew. And Dr. Mew makes Baby. So
the way I see it, like Raichi is pretty much like Dr. Mew, and like the Hachiai thing is more like Baby.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, kind of right.
Yeah.
So I liked it. It was almost new to me because I haven't seen it in so long, and I had to refresh my memory. But yeah, I liked it. It's really cool. It's one of those like secret little treasures. I mean, it used to be more of a secret back when they didn't release it in the U.S., but I think the original Japanese version is much better. So watch that one instead. Has more story to it, and I enjoyed it. It was cool, like seeing the villains come back, and it's kind of like a little confusing.
And a new villain, because like that new villain Hachiak. I actually thought he really looked really intimidating.
Yeah, he looked really like beastly. What do you think, guys? Did you like the movie? Have you seen it? And if you haven't, there's a link down there to watch part 1 and 2. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans.
It's been a pleasure.
Oh yeah. So yeah, guys, until our next review, peace.